please let me welcome Dr. Ahmad El Quweini. Dr. Ahmad El Quweini, welcome to the stage. Please let me introduce him briefly. I know you would like to start immediately. He is a clinical lecturer in GMU, Gulf Medical University. He is a clinical pharmacist and preceptor at Thombe University Hospital. Dr. Ahmad El Quweini, he is one of the most influential characters and leaders in the field. I believe you will enjoy his session so much. His biography is very rich, and I'd like to walk you through it, but I don't want to delay you from his session, as it's already the time has moved. So please, the floor is yours. Dr. Ahmad, can you hear me?
Thank you so much, dear Rafa. You can hear me well?
Yes, yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And what a lovely day that to start with this smile. Thank you for introducing me. I'm really honored and thankful to be here on this prestigious event with those brilliant, organizers and attendees as well. Thank you to PRA Consultancy and Hopeless Events Management Company for inviting me to this event to share some of the life lessons that hopefully will add some meaningful touch and practical tips to our delegates. Thank you so much, and to Dr. Mona Al-Musalli as well, who was invited me for this. So let me share my screen just to make sure that my PowerPoint. Okay. So can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes, perfect, yes.
Amazing, great. So we are starting. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for being here with us today. And my topic today that I will love to speak to you about is the secret to craft a lasting influence, the clinical pharmacist path. And my objectives to share with you today is that we will be able to reveal valuable secrets to craft a lasting positive impact and discuss the professional development paths for the non-traditional clinical pharmacist and recognize some of the necessary traits that every distinguished clinical pharmacist and influential healthcare provider has throughout this world. So first, I would like for you to reflect, even if you can write it, you can think of it, what does influential mean to you? So take a few seconds and reflect, what does the word influential? Everyone, I'm sure, has their own answer and their own, experience that will direct their, understanding of this word. Influential, in my understanding, is someone who leaves everything he or she touch better than they find it. That's it. So you influence everything in a positive way, even with a very small, impact. That's what influential means. You are moving from one person to the other, from one place to the other, from one institution to the other, with good influence and good impact you're leaving after you leave. Now, what does millennial means to you? Because as you know, and as we understood, that this conference is mainly designed for those who are senior students, maybe junior in their career, and junior practitioners, and those who are looking forward to build something meaningful in their life that everyone will remember them later on. So, we have different generations. And every generation, depending on when they were born. So we have, for example, those the silent, the boomers, the Generation X. But what we are concerned with is those who are born 1981 and more, which I believe those are the majority of our delegates today. Those are the change makers. Those are who have flexible mindset in order to achieve big things and transform our world. Okay, so millennials and Generation Z. So we want by the end of this session to have strong tools and practical tools that will help you become that influential and strong change maker. So I will share with you some of the lessons that I learned during this journey that started and still is going on. And I'm still learning every day. So first, I spent 5 years in Syria, where my mother is Syrian and I am Lebanese. So I started 5 years in Syria to study pharmacy school. Okay, and during those 5 years, those were the highlights, I would say, the take-home messages, and the pearls I got from those 5 years. Alhamdulillah, I was able to secure the highest GPA. I was the valedictorian among my batch over the whole 5 years. And also, I was able to balance between academic and social life, like with my friends, with my relatives, etc. So I was able to do that balance. But you know what? That was not enough at all, because I was missing this very important part, which is the extracurricular activities. This is something is very essential for you to build in yourself during your pharmacy school, during your undergraduate, or even, as they say, to arrive late is better than not to arrive at all. So even if you are a postgraduate, even if you are junior practitioner, extracurricular activity is always there for you, okay? And we will explore what those are and what influence they will have on you. So extracurricular activity, they will build your leadership skills, your creativity skills, and they will foster also your influential presence, because extracurricular activities will help you have an influence and impact on diverse stations in your life, on diverse people, diverse community, diverse environments, and on diverse institutions. An example of those is, and I have passed through all of these, activities throughout my years, but not in my 5 years in pharmacy school in Syria, my first degree, but I passed through them later on in my second degree, which I will talk about in a while. So IPSF, for example, International Pharmaceutical Student Federation, is one of them, okay? And this organization will help pharmacy students to shine, to take leadership roles, to manage conflicts, to develop their negotiation skills, etc. So, and by the way, IPSF was the platform way where I was blessed to get to know Mr. Fah with us also. So it will get you to know many meaningful people where you will build lifelong connections that will help you, foster your brand and your picture. Also, FIP, of course, when you graduate for pharmacists, ASHP also, American Society for System Pharmacists, ACCP for the American College of Clinical Pharmacy as well. And you will see some of those associations are, maybe biased toward clinical pharmacy, because this is my passion and this is what I do. But of course, there are many associations out there for other specialties as well. Okay, and lastly, and most importantly, actually, it was IVPN, which was the life-changing extracurricular thing that I did. And I learned it during my residency, as you will see. And I entered to it with the blessing, and I'm forever grateful always to my lifelong mentor, Dr. Osama Tabbara, who introduced me to it and who helped change my life with it as well. So this is something very important for you to hunt opportunities and to go and register yourself, and you will always find that balance. You will find how you are changing from only the books and your friends to something more meaningful, because always volunteering, when it's in your specialty, it will be the best type of volunteering. Now the next thing is, after I graduated, I went and worked as a hospital inpatient pharmacist in Saudi Arabia for 2 years. Now, the highlights of this stage in my life taught me these lessons, that you have to be brave to change career direction. After I finished my first pharmacy school, I was planning to go into studying pharmacology / medicinal chemistry as pharmaceutical sciences. They were very appealing to me. But when I moved to Saudi Arabia to work as a hospital pharmacist, okay, I found my passion more into the hospital, more into the clinical, more into direct patient care, more into rounding with teams, okay, and educating patients and being preceptor for my students as well. Okay, so affecting patients' lives directly and affecting students' lives directly and patients' life indirectly, because when you build strong students, strong future generation, you are affecting eventually patients' life on the long run. So I found this path is my interest, and I was not reluctant for 1 second to change everything that I was building during my 5 years. So I changed to clinical pharmacy, and then I saw that clinical pharmacy, take it as a rule in your life. Always, when you want to go for a specialty, even if you are now working as a pharmacist, if you want to go for a new specialty, go to the best place that offer you and that offer this specialty. Always remember this, okay? Always look for the best resources and work for that. So I went for US system, and that's why I went to the only ACPE, the only US accredited pharmacy school in the world outside the US, which is Lebanese American University. And I went there and I studied there, and you will see what lessons I have learned as well during this period. Now, therefore, I was, brave enough to change my career direction, and because I find my passion in clinical and hospital pharmacy, I was able to implement meaningful changes. Okay, when your work becomes your passion and you enjoy waking up in the morning and going there and do something you love, you will implement meaningful changes that will bring you the best employee title, that will bring you a glowing reputation there even after you leave. So I was awarded also the best employee there because my passion, my work, and the quality delivery outcomes I was giving as well. So my life message here for you is that in order to craft a bright career path, you have to follow your passion, not follow what they will tell you or what's trending in the market. That's important, but also you have to have a passion for this. Because if you just went for what will bring you more money and you don't have passion for it, you will be working like a robot in your life. Remember this. You will not enjoy, you will regret it when you grow old. So passion with a clear life mission and plan, every relevant opportunity will come and chase you, and you will find a lot of rewards. Now, in order to be also a disruptor in your workplace, someone who will make positive turbulence, someone, when they say, for example, Ahmed came, then positive change is expected in this workplace. In order to be that, you have to have, and this actually strategy helped me a lot in purifying my path, my career path, and making it more focused even, and more confident about it, which was the 30 minutes self-awareness. Every day before I sleep, on my bed, I have this little notebook. Until now I have it. I have 30 minutes. I write what I have learned during this day, what positive things I did so that I continue, and what are areas of improvement I want to do it over the next, for example, 3 months, 4 months, etc. So this self-awareness is very important. It will keep you on shape, will keep you on your track as well. Now, the 6 years of pharmacy school in Lebanon that I told you about, that I did another pharmacy degree in Lebanon, okay, in Lebanese American University, which was something that whenever I tell my story to some people, they will be, amazed. They will have this strange feeling, and that's something that is understandable. But I told them, I have a passion, I have a will, and I will create my way toward that one. And this is also something you should also follow. What I learned during the 6 years pharmacy school, something new, beyond the extracurricular activity that I did during this, and it was the top, and the peak years for me, where I was involved in multiple activities, while I was also, maintaining my GPA, alhamdulillah, always as the highest GPA as well. So you never make enemies. I was having many enemies there, and that's normal when you shine, when you become a star. You will find many people who will talk behind you, many people who will try to steal success, like all of the prestigious and priceless, advices you took from Dr. Sireen and all of the speakers before her. Okay, so you will be attacked, okay? But try not to make enemies, try to turn them into supporters by behaving in an emotionally intelligent way and deal with them in a way that they will find no way to attack you anymore. They have to follow you. They have to partner with you, okay, in this way. Always, as well, prioritize your yeses. So because you are involved into so many projects, so many things, and people will start asking for services, it's always good to serve people, but prioritize with whom to say yes now, with whom you can delegate, with whom you can say no because someone else can help, etc. So serve, but with priorities. And this is what will make you always efficient and successful. And read. As you see, I put it in 3 different times. Because in order to be an inspirational leader for your life and workplace, you have to read at least 2 books monthly outside your field and 3 articles weekly in your field. Okay? So it has to be 50% of what you read. 50% in your field and 50% outside your field. You can start with 1 book monthly, and then it will become a mind's meal that you are enjoying, and you will see how much you will become richer mentally, physically, and also everything that you discuss and everything that you influence the people with. Reading is really, you can never find an influential leader who don't read. It's a must for any leader, any legend in this life. Okay, and coming down to the very important part, which is shaping your brand. Shaping your brand is very important for you to have a lasting influence. Shaping your brand is by making yourself visible and connected, and they will connect your name, okay, to a specific character, to a specific influence, a specific impact, a specific field and domain. How do you do that? Briefly, there are multiple networks. The professional one is LinkedIn. Also, we have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, more of social. So you can post on those and try to start with 3 times weekly, and to have alteration. Alteration is very important. Many people come and ask me, Ahmad, so what do I post? I'm afraid that what I post is something silly, is something not up to the standards in LinkedIn. No, nothing is silly. Just start posting, anything about any achievement, any course you did, any conference you attended, any reflections. Very simple, okay? Any updates on your field, any new drug approval, etc. And maybe some wisdom quotes or something, and build something around it, like a small sentence, and that's it. People will always remember you. Don't, disappear more than 1 a week without anything, any post. People need to know that you exist and you are contributing to them, whether emotionally, whether scientifically, or whether technically as well. Okay. Now, during my residency as well, what I learned is that it was very intensive year on me. But I learned that balance is your target, should be your target. Balance between physical health. You should spare at least 15-20 minutes. Do anything, walk, run, dance, jump, do whatever you can, swim, anything, but do something for your body. Also for the social as well. So don't forget your family life, don't forget your friends' life, etc. And of course, the spiritual, something between you and yourself, something for your personal own improvement and satisfaction. So having all of these aligned together, believe me, it's not easy to reach it, and I'm still working on it, but it will give you balanced personality as well, and from which you can base a legendary version of you. okay? And what I learned also from IVPN is that everyone is a leader. Everyone is a leader in their own way, in their own domain. And always share success, don't own it. Success is not only for you. Success, everyone has a chance in success. Whenever someone is successful, celebrate with them, congratulate them, and they will do the same for you. And relevant opportunities will come to you when you have this noble mentality and noble vision. Okay, so share success, don't own it. And 1 minute rule, and I post about it in LinkedIn recently. If anything that can be done within 1 minute or less, do it immediately, don't postpone it. It will relieve you from a huge stress, okay, and it will make you more productive. And people will recognize you as a prompt person. And also the rule of 3, start your day and week with 3 things and put them as target to finish them. When you finish them, you can do more, but put at least 3 things at the beginning. Now, the journey continues. This is some of the lessons and the most valuable lessons actually I learned, and I wanted to share them with you. And the journey, of course, continues with more lessons that we will be learning. Now, as a clinical pharmacist, okay, what journey can you have and you can, follow in order to be someone who is distinguished? First, from the part of the education and experience, and then from the part of the traits and characters. So, of course, you have to have your basic PharmD degree, and then you will do some of the residency. You have the PGY1, the general, and then the PGY2. I'm sure that most of you know about these, the specialist training in the residency PGY2. So 1 year per 1 year. And then, of course, board certification are always important for you. More credentials in your field and more credentials in something that you will use. It's very important tip that I learned from one of my mentors as well, Dr. Ahmad El Quweini. He told me once that it's not only enough to accumulate, credentials or certificates. Accumulate of what you will use. So if you want to go a course that you will implement something in your work. Don't go for a certificate that you will not use or you will not practice. Okay, this is something very important. And fellowship is also based on research more than clinical, so you can also do that. That will, of course, eventually, after you accumulate all of these, you can work in the academia. You can work as a director of pharmacotherapy services in the hospital, and you direct all of the clinical pharmacists there. And also, you can also work in a clinical trial center. You can write papers. You can be also a peer reviewer or editorial member in a journal. So you can see, you can be on the academia part, you can be on the clinical part, you can be on the publication part. So clinical pharmacists can really do a lot, and you can have your life very busy and being productive and being contributing to the science. Now, a distinguished pharmacist really needs to have those characteristics. And compiling them all and building them over time will make you someone that when they say, for example, cardiology, they will remember this person. When they say oncology, they will remember this person. When they say leadership and management, they will remember this person as well. So you have to be always up to date. You never miss an article in your field, whatever it is. Also, you have to be emotionally intelligent. You have to know how to get stakeholders in for your idea, for your clinical pharmacy service that you are implementing. And this is another topic. For example, how to implement clinical services in a hospital. You have to be also emotionally intelligent with your colleagues, with your patients. You have to get the best out of them and get them accepting your idea in a very diplomatic way. Okay, and feel them empowered. Also, you have to be impressive. And impressive is a very big word that anyone can define according to their experience. How I define impressive, and I learned this also from Dr. Osama Tabbara, impressive is to be always prompt and available and to deliver beyond expectations. They will tell you, can you, for example, do this presentation in 1 week? We tell them, you deliver it in 3 days with great quality. So this is what impressive means, okay? Now, technologically intelligent, of course, clinical pharmacist has to be very, tech savvy, as they say. They have to be, in accordance to the, softwares, to applications, because always the guidelines, they are putting them now in some applications. Also intelligent in LinkedIn and Twitter, as we said. So posting updates, being always available, being always posting there. So not only being up to date, but also share what you are learning in a technological advanced way as well. And opportunities hunter at the end. This is something very, very important. Don't say any no to any opportunity that comes to you, especially at the beginning of your career. They will tell you to speak at a conference in a specific country. Go there, even though if it's a free, fine. Speak to a specific, group of students. Go there. So by more experiences, you will go to speak, to train. More you will gain experience for you, skills and life lessons, and also more people will come to you to speak, to be part of an organization. They will hunt you for a job as well. So make yourself, available here and there and there. And then later on, once you get higher positions and you reach more prestigious positions, you can select what opportunities that only pour into your path, into your specialty. Okay, this is everything that actually I have for you today. I hope that this was of value to you. And these are my contact information on LinkedIn. Happy to connect with all of you. This is my email as well if you have any question. I'm always happy to serve your growth and success from whatever I learned in this life. And I will learn also from you as well. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm open for any question. Thank you.
Impressive as usual, Dr. Ahmad. Really, it's amazing, self-explaining, and very impressive presentation. Thank you so much for that. And it's really how you highlighted the part of networking and how to be hunting opportunities and so on. I believe building such professional potential relationships is very important, and networking was for it's a personal example. Like I built like successful and meaningful relationship with you, for example, and it was the product of networking. I have a lot of networks like this, and it's all because of hunting opportunities, trying to network, and you have explained very well how we can do that and how our juniors can do that as well. So thank you so much. Thank you for providing your contact details. I believe you will be having a lot of requests, friend requests from our audience. Please accept our appreciation, and thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. You too. Thank you.